What is up, guys? My name is Sarcasm, and you're probably wondering what I'm doing on Green Goblin's channel. And me and Goblin are pretty good friends, so he decided that he would let me post this to his channel and hopefully help mine out a little bit. So this is actually now my first time being on his channel. I was in the commentator challenge that he hosted a couple weeks ago, so I'm not sure if you remember me from there, but if you don't, what's up, guys? And today I have a flawless free-for-all MOAB using the MK46 LMG, which in my opinion is a pretty underused gun, pretty unique to see as well. You don't really see too much of this gun, or any LMG for that matter, on YouTube, and I feel that's mainly because it's pretty outclassed. Like, the majority of the assault rifles in this game are pretty much better than the LMGs for every single situation, or for most situations rather, but believe it or not, the LMGs can be used, and it can be done if you know how to use them effectively. So the class setup that I like to run with the LMGs is the silencer, which helps lower the volume of the LMGs on top of keeping you off the radar. I think that's obvious, but the LMGs are really loud when you shoot them, so that does bring a lot of unwanted attention towards you. So the silencer helps out with that, like I said, as well as keeping you off the radar. That's a given. And the rapid fire attachment. Now this is a pretty weird. You're probably thinking that rapid fire is supposed to go with submachine guns, but it actually works pretty well with LMGs as well. And the reason for this is because the LMGs do suffer from slightly slow fire rate, and the rapid fire does help you out a ton. And I am using specialists, so if you are going for, say, a MOAB with one, then you're going to get the kick proficiency anyway, so you can run the 2 attachment proficiency, and the recoil isn't going to be too terrible once you do get kick. So there's not really a necessity for grip, but you can still use it if you like. But I definitely didn't feel the need for it since I was getting kick anyway, so that kind of compensated for the recoil. And mainly with the LMGs, the recoil is mostly visual, so for the most part, most of the recoil that you're seeing is not, the gun is actually not kicking up that far where the bullets will go, but just the iron sights are actually moving up a lot further than the bullet spread actually goes. So that's just a quick tip for you. Just keep in mind that the bullets are not necessarily going to go right where the iron sights are for the LMGs, because they do shoot pretty, I don't want to say accurate, because they are pretty inaccurate, as you can see there, especially when hip firing. But when you do aim down sight, it's kind of deceiving. You're not actually shooting where your iron sights are, especially once you start shooting for a little bit. But basically in free-for-all, what I like to do is control an area, and that's what I'm doing here. You see I'm controlling this whole back building, and I'm playing a little bit defensively. You absolutely need to play defensive when using an LMG, because you do run really slow. Your mobility is shot. It's very terrible with an LMG. And that's another thing I wanted to mention. Since the mobility is so bad, when you are aiming down sight, you move around really slow. You move your sights really slow, so Stalker really helps to kind of compensate for this. Once again, you do get it when you get the specialist bonus, of course. So I wasn't too worried about getting it really early, but I do like to slap this on when I do use LMGs regardless, because it does help a ton. And it just makes you a little bit more mobile, and it doesn't make you still can't compete with the SMGs in terms of mobility, but it does make it a little bit better and a little bit easier to maneuver the gun. You see there's a quick coast migration there, but yeah, so that's about it for the gameplay. Basically, my channel revolves around helping you guys get better. Similar to Goblin, I post a lot of MOABs and MOABs, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care, but yeah, so I basically post MOABs with unique weapons like an LMG like you see here, or guns that you usually don't see used. Or I also do post MOABs, with those try-hard guns, your MP7, PP90, P90. I do post fast MOABs with those as well. And basically I just try to help people get better at the game in general, help people get better getting MOABs. And yeah, so there's my MOAB, there's the game. Hope you enjoyed, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave me some feedback in the comments below, and once again, huge thanks to Goblin. I really do appreciate it. Bow!